Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Nadie, and today we're going to be trying out the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. As you gorgeous people know, like always, this is about the products, not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positivity. Oh, my little lemon cake squares, how you doing today? I hope wherever you're at in the world, you're having a great day so far. I myself am doing wonderful. It is so pretty outside. I forgot what the sun looks like, and it's finally made an appearance. Winter, are you gone finally? Oh, I'm so excited. But now that we're heading out of the cold weather and slowly creeping into the warms, I find that I don't usually wear a lot of makeup in the summer. It just melts off my face no matter how I prime, no matter how I set. For myself, I prefer a lighter coverage. It just sticks a little bit better. And when it's warmer out, I feel like if I have to wear foundation, I at least want some skincare with it. And so this product really caught my eye. I have heard so many amazing things about Danessa, about this brand. I don't know anything about her other than the looks that she creates and posts on Instagram. They're beautiful. But I mostly got this because this is an independent brand, yet they are like global. I love supporting indie brands. I love seeing successful indie brands. And so this was just right up my alley. But this retails for $34. Honestly, the price isn't that terrible. However, you don't get as much product in here. This isn't even a fluid ounce, which is the standard. Sephora says it has 4 out of 5 stars, but Fake Spot says it has 2.5. There are a lot of people saying that this is their new holy grail product, but it seems like the biggest complaint is the texture. It's super freaking thick, and I'm not opposed to having thick, creamy things on my face, but you know, not everybody likes that journey. That is okay with me. But they say this is a skincare hybrid foundation with medium buildable coverage that effortlessly creates a natural looking skin-like glow. It has a radiant finish, it's got jojoba oil in it, hyaluronic acid, and olive oil derived squalene. Ooh, I don't know about any of that shit, but it sounds good. But most importantly, it has a lot of ingredient callouts. It's free of parabens, formaldehydes, just so much stuff. Surprised there were any ingredients left to be able to put in here. But I think what really intrigues me is the fact that it's medium coverage, but it's still lightweight, at least according to them. And I guess the packaging is refillable? That's cool. But for light coverage, we'll apply a pea-size amount. For medium coverage, you apply 2 peas. I'm not sure how much we'll apply today, but I got the shades 6N and 8P, and hopefully one of those match me. I went into Sephorah's Shade Finder and put in 3 different foundations that matched me perfectly, and they didn't have any matches. So I just had to eyeball this shit, and hopefully we got a good pick. But here we go. Okay, the packaging is cute. I guess something twists off here. Oh, wow, that's squishy. Huh, that's fun. Okay. Huh. So I have feelings immediately. I don't understand the point of the refilling aspect because this part, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't have a purpose. So why didn't they just put it in like a squeezy tube like this? I've seen so many brands with this exact same packaging. Maybe for uniqueness, I guess I understand that. But I guess if brands are going to be like, oh, our products are reusable and all that, don't be wasteful in the first place. But also, it does make it look cute. I just don't understand the whole refilling thing. I guess this top part also comes off, so you are saving a little bit of waste. You're basically only having to get rid of this middle bit. I appreciate that they are doing their part to save the world. And here is the lighter shade. I think we're gonna end up using 8P. God, this is just so damn fun to squeeze. Like, Did y'all ever get one of those jelly tubes where you could like put your finger in the middle? It was basically like a plastic burrito. And then the center had this liquid that you could squish, and if you ever popped it, it smelled like gasoline. That is exactly what this feels like. It's fun. But one thing that I do really like about this product is its supposed versatility with application methods. You can either go in with your hands, with a brush, or a sponge. And I happen to have all 3 of those tools, but I'm probably only going to use 2 because I hate getting makeup on my fingers. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is about me, but I hate messy food. I hate messy makeup. Oh, it just like makes me gag. Oh, isn't that just so weird? I don't know what happened to me as a child. But they did suggest layering this over their Yummy Skin Glow Serum, which I don't have, but apparently it adds a boost of radiance. So in its place, of course, I've exfoliated my face. I went in with my Laura Mercier face cream and glowing eye cream. And then for that extra boost of just fucked in a back alley glow, I have my Nimia skincare, which is very glowy. And then for primer, I just used the Laura Mercier hydrating primer. So we should be good, we should be hydrated, and we do have a nice natural looking subtle-ish glow. I don't look greasy, I just look youthful and happy. Which one did I say we were gonna use? This one? Yes. Let's give this a really good shake. And which is the top? This side. I am a fan of like fuller coverage, so let's just dab a little pea right there. And I'll start with this half of my face, and I'm gonna first go in with a stippling brush. This little brush makes makes my foundation look so beautiful. So we'll first try that. Oh, this might be a little bit too dark for me, but I think the other one is a bit too light and a bit too yellow for me. And I would much rather have a nice little tan going on than look like the ghost of a mustard seed. This smells very, very pleasant. It actually smells natural like jojoba oil and kind of like essential oils. Oh, I like that. I want this on my pillow. Okay, well, here we go. This is with the first pea size amount. Oh my gosh, this is hella thick. Wow, On the other side, I think we're gonna go in with half a pea and maybe use a different tool. Whoa, this is like painting my face with like stage makeup. Oh man, I really think that I applied too much. But I assumed that since they said 2 peas, it would be 1 pea per half. I don't know, let's just keep blending it out because in the end, even though it is thick and kind of heavy, it might still look good. In my opinion, this is not medium coverage. This is like full-blown drag coverage. Wowee, but even though it is super fucking thick, it's actually laying in my beard amazingly. It's not pilling. And the more that it's stippled and the more that it's dried down, even though I do have quite a bit, it doesn't look that bad. Like, yeah, it is adding a little bit of texture right in this area, but I think it has to dry down and I really think it's gonna need set with a good powder. Here is how she looks, just blended out. I actually think it's pretty. Yes, it is a little bit heavy, but I think the most noticeable thing is the obvious color difference. Like, this is so not my shade. Maybe I should go in with this other one. But before we do that, I'm just gonna go over that with a damp sponge. I'm hoping maybe this will soak up a little bit of the excess. Oh my, okay. So now that it's tapped out, it is very, very pretty, but it did take away like 50% of the coverage. And now I really don't think that the color match is as bad. Yeah, shit, I should have picked a different colored sponge because I can't even tell how much is on this. I think on the other side, I'm just gonna use this. I don't know that there was any advantage to going in with a brush first. I think it just wasted a bunch of product. So now on the other side, I'm gonna go in with this other shade, and I'm once again taking a pea-sized amount, but I'm not gonna take all of that. I'm gonna dip my sponge in, and we can start in the center like they say, and just work our way outwards. A tiny bit on the yellow side, yes, but you know, I actually feel like I could do either shade. And with a sponge, that seems to be applying very, very well, but once again, this does have super full coverage. And I'm not one to complain about full coverage. I love a lot of coverage, but it's almost so thick that unless you are gonna blend this out with your hands, I don't know that you're gonna get minimal coverage with this. I'm not even sure if I could spread 1 pea over my entire face. It just is a very, very thick texture, kind of like royal icing. When you put it on with a sponge, this is some of the prettiest shit that I think I have ever seen on my skin. It's giving me coverage, but it's not giving me cake face. It does feel kind of like it would melt off in the heat though. In fact, even just sitting here in my chair, it's not that warm out, but it kind of feels like it's slipping and sliding. Maybe I just need a more grippy primer. That could totally be it, but how it looks on the skin, that's really pretty. What do you think? Here's the lighter side, here's the darker side. Do you like either side? Yes, no? In person, I prefer this shade on my skin, but on camera, I like this more. I really do think either shade works fine, but I don't really care about the shade match. That's my own problem, and I can get a new shade. I just want to know how this sits on my skin, and everywhere on my face, this looks great. I'm gonna do one more tap into my fine lines and just let it dry for a second, because this does feel very heavy on my skin. So give me a second. I'm gonna put my face in a fan for a minute. All right, I think we're probably as dried down as we're gonna be, but we are still slightly tacky, but it's been like 10 minutes. I just can't fucking get it to dry for some reason. I don't know if it's because of the dampness of the sponge, but even though it's a little bit moist on my face, it's pretty. However, where my fine lines are, like on my forehead, it's really creasing. I think this might need like immediately set into place. I haven't gone in with concealer on my forehead yet, but I think for this video, I might skip that. And normally I like just a small dusting of powder on my face, but this feels like it needs pressed into place. So I'm gonna take a little bit of powder and press it right there. Oh my gosh. When powder's pressed into it, it just smooths out so pretty. Oh God, I gotta sneeze. It looks almost like a Photoshop filter. It's giving me airbrushed looking skin, and yes, I am using a lot of powder, but I absolutely have to with this. If you've never used a foundation that feels like it's gonna slip off, this probably looks like it's so much product and powder, but at least on my skin with this foundation, it needs it. But don't worry, I am gonna melt this powder with a little bit of setting spray, and then we can see how this truly looks. This looks so much better. I don't have that glow right now, but we'll get it back in a minute. Hold on. Oh, fuck. That is beautiful. So let me take a little bit of setting spray, and then I like to just tap shit out again with my sponge. Where I have a little bit of texture, it's accentuating the texture because it's foundation. Pretty much every foundation does that, so I'm not super mad at it because that accentuation with this foundation is kind of on the minimal side. Like, I would feel so comfortable going out in public with this foundation. Wow, and the price isn't even that bad, and you really don't need that much product because this is so freaking thick. It might be better mixed in with another foundation that's a little bit more liquidy. You could go on the cheap side with my favorite Maybelline, or you could go on the more expensive side with some Dior Backstage, and that would just water it down a little bit so you can spread it a bit farther but still get that coverage. I am very impressed with the way this looks in person. I did apply a bit too much and I can tell, but I did also try to follow the directions, so we know that 1P for the whole face. And I don't think that would be light coverage. I think that would be medium coverage, and 2Ps would be full coverage. But I think we can kind of see, especially on my forehead, this did retain a little bit of a glow after that setting spray. It's not as glowy, but for me, there's like a fine line between looking greasy and looking youthful, so I don't mind this. Again, I totally could have gone in with a lighter hand and probably kept a bit more of the glow. And maybe if you are putting this on in a cooler setting like a refrigerator, it wouldn't just melt off your face and you wouldn't need to powder it, and that would absolutely keep the glow. But I don't mind this. I think it's so pretty. What the fuck? I do like to try and see how other products play with this, but at the same time, a lot of the third-party products that I use kind of fix the product that I'm reviewing, and so I think I'm just gonna keep it like this. My skin feels amazing. It's so soft, so smooth. Wow. Oh, but it is definitely kind of coming off. Also, now I can't even tell that big of a difference between the two sides. Like, I wouldn't know that I have two different shades of foundation on. I do want to say that their shade range, it is pretty decent. There's only like 20 something shades, so it's kind of on the small end, but for an indie brand, that's not bad. People don't realize that a lot of times foundation launches cost millions of dollars, not thousands, but actual millions. You have to order thousands of each shade, and when you have 48 different shades, that adds up. So I can understand having a smaller shade range. They do have a really light shade, they do have a very deep shade, and they do have quite a few shades in between. So I'm not terribly mad at the choices. I honestly think either of these shades would work for me, especially if I went in with highlighting and contouring. You wouldn't really even be able to tell that any shade is off. And if this product still looks just as fuckable by the end of the day, you'll probably see this in my best and worst of Boutete, and I always try things out way more by the time that video comes out. So make sure you're subscribed with that bell turned on if you want to find out. And speaking of the bell, just before we go, has anybody noticed that YouTube is kind of fucked up lately? For the last year and a half, I've just been going down in subscribers, yet every fucking day I get so many messages from people saying they've been mysteriously unsubscribed. And this has been an ongoing issue for years. So please, if you are interested in my videos, just double check that 1, you're subscribed, and 2, that the bell is actually turned on. In fact, I've heard people having to like click it and unclick it and then click it again. It's just so stupid. It's either that or YouTube has shadowed me, which I wouldn't even put that past them. But we don't need that negativity here. We'll keep shit positive because I'm just happy to have you here right now, so thank you. But my rambling ass is gonna shut the hell up. We're gonna go into a wear time test. I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the day. I'll make sure to check in during. If it stays looking like this for the rest of the day, this could absolutely be a holy grail. I totally understand why this has almost 5 stars, but I do also sympathize with the people who didn't like this because this is very, very thick. It's a little bit difficult to spread out because of its consistency, and it does kind of want to cake up really, really quickly, so you almost have to use multiple tools with this just to get it to blend out and to be pretty, but in my opinion, it's still worth it. So here we are. I will see you in just a second. Hello, everyone. All right, first check-in time. This still looks so freaking pretty on my skin. I have no filter or anything on my phone other than somehow the back is blurred. I don't know, I've got a new phone and I don't understand it. But let's go in a little better light here. Oh wow, that's too bright. All right, I'll come over to my usual spot here. All right, so this is just so damn pretty. Oh, God, so bright I can't even see my screen or keep my eyes open. Ugh. But here's how she's sitting on my forehead after a few hours. I really don't think it's that bad. I think it just needs a long time to dry down, or you need to apply it in a very air-conditioned or cool setting. Or maybe you're just not a sweaty bitch like I am, I don't know. But talk about fucking stunning. Ugh. Oh shit, you could just see where I attempted to blend it down my neck. Fuck. But y'all, this is spectacular so far. It is wearing wonderfully. I'm gonna wear it probably till it gets dark in a few hours, and we'll see how she is at the very, very end of the day, but I am truly impressed with this. I really don't know that I would recommend it for people who are on the more oily side, people who are sweaty, especially if you're in a warm climate. And I keep saying that, but I really can't stress that enough. It does feel like it would just slip off the face. Maybe with a good oil controlling non-slip primer, this would be fabulous, but with the shit I used, it does kind of feel like a mask. It is kind of heavy feeling still, which could be the powder, but it feels pretty much the exact same as before I powdered it. It just has an oilier feel. It's not uncomfortable, but when I go like this, I can certainly feel it, but that might also be the setting spray. It's not that bad. I'm just trying to be as thorough as I can with this product. But so far, it is beautiful. Like, look at that. Oh my god. And who do we have here? Is that the best little hamburger? Hi, Ron. How you doing? Hi, BB. Does anybody give these to their dogs? They're actual bull penises. They're called bully sticks, and Ron always has to have one. Don't you, buddy? Oh my gosh, this is like such dramatic lighting. Here, Ron, it's like you're in a movie. Oh, what a handsome little boy. Yes. And we are back. It is the end of my day. Obviously, I got a little bored and did end up glamming up one half of my face. And I'm actually really glad that I did, because everything applied marvelously to this side, which just reiterates there are no rules in makeup. If you want to put a cream over powdered skin, fucking do it. If you can get it to work, you can get it to work. Don't listen to people who say you can't do shit. And everything is just doing really well. Oh, fuck, what is in my eye? Are we good? Huh? I still don't think that oily people or people who are out in the heat should even go close to this. It doesn't really seem as though it's melted off, but my forehead, it could wipe away pretty easily. If I just gently go like that, it's obviously disturbed, and it's definitely on my hands. And it's not been like an entire day. It's only been maybe like between 4 and 6 hours. And even with me just sitting inside, like not in the heat, not in the sun or anything, it is starting to show some wear and tear. Certain parts do just want to wipe off. That could just be the products that I use beforehand, but regardless, I still like this. I think it looks beautiful on my skin. I do just think it needs a little bit of finessing when you go to apply it, from the technique to the actual products that you're going to use beforehand. Normally, I try to go in with a lot of moisturizer beforehand and let it sink in, and even though I did let the moisturizer sink in, it seems as though this doesn't really respond to moisturized skin that well, because it kind of just wants to slip and slide around. However, that could also be the primer. It could be a number of things, so all that I can really judge this on right now is how it looks on my skin, and it does look beautiful on my skin, doesn't it? Like, I'm very happy with how everything looks, except this fucking eyelash. It's halfway on my eye and it doesn't know where the fuck she's at. It's like me on a Saturday night after drinks with the gays. But in my opinion, the positives for this foundation far exceed any negatives. I love a Verse Queen, and this is absolutely one of those. You can go in sparingly and just use a tiny bit, albeit probably with a medium that you have to mix in with it, but still, you could easily make it work. Or you can actually use the product alone and go in kind of heavy and get pretty full coverage. I would not say anything about this product is medium coverage. I don't know if people are scared of the words full coverage, but to me, this is definitely full coverage. She is thick, and she is very, very similar to like my Croylon TV paint sticks, which drag queens and actors use. Maybe I'm totally batshit crazy. Comment down below if you see something different than I do, because you might. But from where I'm standing at the end of the day, I think this looks pretty damn good. I don't think I can recommend getting to like fuller coverage if you do have fine lines. I think by the end of the day, your skin is gonna look pretty creasy. You're gonna look like a tree trunk and just be very disappointed with the results. But then again, maybe you know of a way to minimize the creasiness, and this could work perfectly for you. So fuck, I don't know. Anyways, worth the price? In my opinion, yes. Do I recommend it? Knowing everything that I just said, you can kind of make a decision, but I think I do. Just know that there might be a little bit of a learning curve with this. This has me really curious about the other products from this brand. Let me know down in the comments below if there's anything specific from them that I should try. But my sexy little koala bears, thank you so much for being here. I just love having you. And I'm sure y'all know my outro better than I do now, but if y'all want a little bit more me in your life, head over to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. You get videos a day early, you get Patreon only content, and best part, it is cheap, fun, and fancy, just like me. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, will be available again soon at thepopluxe.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepopluxe.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!